Peace and blessings, Mahatmas. It's Mahat Marina from Sea to the Moon. I just came from Planet Fitness. I was in there for like 2 hours. I went in. I'm not playing. Not playing. When I turn 41, I'm gonna be like 21. I'm not playing. But I was just thinking. I'm always doing that when I'm not talking. I was just thinking about stuff. I was thinking about how we expend our energy and how we share our gifts, our inspirations, and how to monitor what you're expending and what you're taking in, and how to kind of like pay attention to where you're expending your energy, like if it's being wasted. Just like if you had plants, right? If before you water your plants, the water collects inside of the plant. You touch the soil or either whatever contraption that you have under it to hold the water, like so that it wells up. You check that before you pour more water in it. And if the plant is not utilizing all the water there, you know that it has enough. Or if you know that the plant needs to be pruned, you're not going to keep pouring water in it and you see that it's decaying and falling apart and stuff like that, because you're going to be wasting the water. You're going to rot it and spoil it, okay? So this applies to people too. You have to really pay attention to how people treat themselves before you expend a lot of energy on them, because they won't be able to appreciate what you're giving them, because they're not in a state of appreciation and self-love for themselves. So if they're not doing that to themselves, they're going to feel really strange about why you're doing it, and they're not going to really value it. And I'm not saying that this happens 100% of the time, but if you really think about it, like say a homeless person on the street that has a certain consciousness that allows them to be homeless, and a certain consciousness that stops them from being able to achieve. Everybody on the street that's homeless is not there because they're, sometimes you're down on your luck, sometimes things happen, but there's a certain consciousness of people that make a lifestyle out of being homeless. They've adapted whatever type of belief system where they're blaming or whatever it is, so that they continue to be in this state where they continue to beg every day. If you was to give them $5, like, they might not be appreciative of it, you know what I mean? Or like, not all homeless people, but like, I know that I'm from the hood, okay? So that person that's on the corner all the time, that no matter how many times you see them, you just could have gave them $5. You come out the store and they like, hey, with the story and stuff. I'm talking about that type of energy, you know what I mean? They're not going to appreciate the value of your $5 because they're on a mission, and this mission is not allowing them to acquire and do things for themselves. So they're not going to be able to value anything that you put into them. They're going to be looking at you like, why are you doing this? So if you ever around somebody and they ask you, why are you being so nice to me? You're spoiling me. These are all key things to let you know that they can't take it. It's like when something is conditioned a certain way and you give it treatment that it's able to intake, it receives it, it processes it, and it utilizes it and transforms it, just like a plant. Like when it gets the sunshine and it's in season or whatever, and it's able to digest it and transmute it and change it into the photonic energy or whatever that it needs to metamorphosize, whatever plants do. We learned it in 6th grade. I don't remember. I'm 41 almost now. When you water whatever, it holds some inside of its soil, whatever is going to use it. But if the plant is weary, if it's dying, if it's unable to reproduce, it's not doing for itself, and you keep pouring water and sunlight in it, you're not going to bring it back. Sometimes, the plant has to break down and like come back totally, like rebirth. So when people are going through things and they haven't gone through the rebirthing process where they actually recognize that things are not working out and that they really need to renew their mind and do over, you cannot be expending your energy on them, because they're not going to appreciate it. If you keep doing it over and over again, they're just going to take it. You're going to dry up. You're going to be resentful. You're going to be like in confusion. But it's basically your fault because you keep pouring water on a rotted root, So listen out for keywords like, you're spoiling me. What do you see in me? Why are you doing this? Why are you so nice to me? Or manipulation, where the person is like, oh, I'm gonna pay you back, I'm so grateful for you, I'm gonna do this, this, and that. And then when it's time for them to do the energy exchange, there's nothing. But yet they hand is still out, taking whatever you're receiving. They can't appreciate it because they don't appreciate their self, or they be doing all of those things for themselves already. And it would be like a natural thing to like reciprocate, because that's just like the natural balance of things. Like, even inside of your body, it's homeostasis. Like, your heart is not going to just pump and pump and pump and pump. The lungs makes oxygen goes throughout the body. Everybody's sharing with each other and interacting inside of these bodies. And in bodies of consciousness, when people are on the same accord, they interact and they bond with each other and they create with each other and they energize each other and metabolize things and grow together. It's not like one sucking one thing dry like a parasite. So you have to be very conscious of like parasitical energies, or sometimes people can't help it because it's not them. They may have parasitical energies, consciousness on them. Like, you create this consciousness, these belief systems where you believe like everybody's out to get you, or things have happened to you to the point where you just have no energy to really function. So when somebody comes around you with like a real vibrant, inspiring energy, you can't really process it. It's I don't know how to explain that, but just be aware of people that cannot receive what you have to give, so that you're not just pouring and pouring and pouring into a bottomless pit. And it's one thing to not get nothing back, but it's another thing to pour your energy out and not see anything grow from it, not see anything become of it, because it's not always about getting things back. It's about productivity and putting your energy into something. It has to turn to something, not just dumping it down a black bottomless pit and stuff, and then you be full of angst and you be upset about it because you're wasting your time. So be aware. And that's all I wanted to talk to you about today. Again, I'm about to go home now and stuff my face. Man, I went in, y'all. I did 50 minutes of cardio, almost 4 miles, 3.75. Then I did 100 leg presses at 2:30, but it was I was extended out, so it was just like working the bottom part of my legs. And then I did 150 leg presses, 170 pounds. I did some hip abductions. I did 80 of them with 45 pounds. I did the waist rotation, 50 pounds, 50 on each side. What else I did? That was it. I was in there for 2 hours, but I was texting and stuff too. But I'm ready to eat. So I will talk to y'all some other time. Peace and blessings. Visit me on the web at www.seatofthemoon.tk. Subscribe. I'm always dropping the knowledge that comes from the heart. And, if you're in my soul group, it's going to be hitting you right. You're going to be like, that's what I was talking about today, because we here. Visit my blogspot, Guru Wannabe, GURUWANNAB. Same as the email, guruwannabe@gmail.com. And you can see me on Facebook, Guru Wannabe. Seat of the Moon Ministries. Peace and love.